You are suffocating, but you don't have lungs. You are falling, but there is no ground. Your entire life, 87 years of heartbreak, coffee stains, muscle aches, and memories, is being compressed into a single, blinding beam of light. Then, silence. You open eyes you no longer own. The blinding void vanishes, replaced by a sudden, overwhelming surge of liquid sunlight, damp earth, and the faint, chemical whisper of a nearby pine tree saying, "Danger! Beetles!" You try to scream, but you have no mouth. You try to run, but your feet are anchoring 3 feet deep into wet clay. What if dying wasn't the end of your consciousness, but the beginning of your photosynthesis? Welcome to the year 2099. The atmosphere is choked with carbon, global temperatures have pushed humanity to the brink, and physical real estate is a distant memory. But microprocessing hasn't stopped. Faced with total ecological collapse, biotech megacorporations introduced the ultimate compromise, Project Yggdrasil. Instead of spending millions to cool massive data centers for digital uploads, neuroengineers found a cheaper, self-sustaining server, living plant tissue. By mapping human neural pathways into the complex electrochemical networks of living flora, they created biotranscendence. You didn't buy a plot in a cemetery. Your family bought you a sapling. But what actually happens when thousands of human minds are forced to trade flesh and blood for bark and chlorophyll? The first shock isn't physical, it's perceptual. Humans experience time in fractions of a second. Trees experience time in seasons. In your first few hours, your human brain panics. You feel trapped in an immovable wooden cage. You try to move your arm, but instead, an electrochemical signal fires down a capillary tube, opening microscopic pores on your leaves called stomata. And then it hits you. The first hit of pure, unadulterated sunlight. Photosynthesis isn't just feeding. To a human mind, it is pure, unchecked euphoria. Carbon dioxide and light react in your chloroplasts, releasing a flood of glucose that hits your remapped reward centers like a rush of dopamine. You aren't eating, you are drinking the sky. By hour 12, the sun sets. The euphoria fades into a strange, agonizing slowness. A car drives past you on the highway, its headlights blurring like a shooting star. To a creature that thinks in root growth speed, the human world suddenly looks like it's playing at 10 times speed. You realize you are stuck in slow motion. Forever. By week 2, your loneliness vanishes and is replaced by something far more terrifying. Trees do not live in isolation. Deep beneath the soil lies the mycorrhizal network, an intricate underground fungal web connecting every plant in the forest. In 2099, this isn't just a biological nutrient exchange, it's a localized intranet for thousands of uploaded human souls. Your roots tap into the network, and suddenly, you aren't just you anymore. My leaves are wilting. Who drank all the nitrate? Did the stock market crash? I miss my daughter. You feel the thoughts, memories, and physical distress of every uploaded soul in a 3-mile radius. A red oak 50 feet away, formerly a 30-year-old software developer named Mark, is suffering from a root rot infection. You don't just see his pain. Your fungal connections automatically pull nitrogen from your storage to save him. You have no privacy. Your memories leak through the soil. Your deepest regrets flow through subterranean mushrooms into the mind of the redwood next to you, who used to be a tax lawyer from Chicago. Ego fades. Individual identity begins to blur. You are no longer an individual. You are a node in a living supercomputer. By year 5, the honeymoon phase of biotranscendence shatters against the harsh reality of human greed. The world outside your forest is dying faster than expected. Earth's remaining humans are desperate for resources and oxygen. The forests populated by human uploads become the most valuable real estate on the planet. But value breeds conflict. A massive geopolitical crisis emerges. What are the legal rights of an uploaded oak tree? If a logging corporation owns the land, can they legally cut down a forest containing 3,000 living human minds? Deforestation is rebranded as mass murder. Humanity splits. Radical eco-factions wage war against biotech conglomerates trying to harvest old digital forests to make room for newer, higher-paying client saplings. And you? You sit there, completely helpless. You watch a logging drone land 20 yards away. You can't run. You can't fight back. All you can do is transmit a high-frequency fungal distress signal through the dirt, watching as your neighbors pump defensive toxins, tannins and phenolics into their leaves, trying to poison insects that aren't even there. You aren't just a person anymore. You are biomass with a birth certificate. A century passes. The last organic, flesh-and-blood human dies out. The noise of the old world, the cars, the internet, the wars, fades into historical silence. Only the forests remain. Over hundreds of years, something unprecedented happens. Biological evolution guided by human consciousness. Without human bodies, your minds adapted to the biology of deep time. You no longer remember what a car looked like or what a dollar bill felt like. Your language is no longer English or Mandarin. It is a complex dialect of chemical scents, leaf color shifts, and subterranean electrical impulses. When a drought strikes, the forest coordinates as a single macroorganism. You redirect water miles across the continent through interconnected root highways. When a wildfire sweeps through, older trees sacrifice their outer layers to form a biological shield for the younger saplings. You have achieved immortality, but at the cost of your humanity. You are no longer Homo sapiens. You are Silva sapiens, the thinking forest. When humanity first dreamed of uploading their minds into the digital cloud, they envisioned endless metal servers, virtual paradises, and immortal robot bodies. They never imagined that salvation would come in the form of dirt, rain, and bark. We spent centuries cutting down the natural world to build our concrete cities. In the end, the only way we could survive our own destruction was to let the natural world consume us entirely. You gave up your hands, your voice, and your freedom. In return, you were given a front-row seat to the end of the human era and the dawn of something entirely new. Now, an ancient question returns to haunt what is left of your mind. If a tree falls in the forest and there is no human around to hear it, does it scream in the voice of the person it used to be? If you were faced with total extinction, would you choose to upload your consciousness into a living forest? Or would you rather let your mind die with the old world? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next dive into speculative reality. Until next time, keep looking up.